Welcome back to another video. 5 minutes after just finishing the last video. Trying to split them up for y'all. I know they get too long. I ramble on too much. But we have a lot of stuff to go over. So I didn't want to take away these projects from the other things we were discussing. So we're going to discuss kind of where we at right now with our ESP32 projects. We've been in some for a good while now. One of them being Entropy. Basically using our ESP32 devices. You can buy them in 3 packs. There's a link in my description below. Buy them in 3 packs and you'll get 3 of them for a very decent price. I think they're like $18 on Amazon. They ship in 2 days, most places. Where if you buy a single, the single's either 7 or 15, depending on which one you buy. So it's better just to get the 3. And the way we're looking right now, you might need a couple of them. Maybe not now after one of them. But we're going to go over each project. We're going to go over what we feel about each project right now, from Entropy, ERWIN, Useless Brick, and the 4th one, which still right now is called FXT. That could be changing. It's FLX, Flux time. It's been called a couple different things. The token's a little bit different than what the name is. And I know I haven't talked about it much in this channel. We're going to go over why I haven't gone over that much in this channel and what's happened with it and what's going to be improved on it. So let's get to all this stuff so we can get on with our Sunday night. All right, so we're going to go over our 4 projects, see what's updated news on them. We're also going to go over how to join each one. Some are at different stages right now. Some are accepting new people. Some are waiting. Some don't know what's going on. So we're going to discuss that also. We're going to discuss how we're doing with profits and just seeing how it's going. So let's get started. So first we're going to talk about is, as I am called the godfather of the Gulf, if y'all follow my Wingbit success right now, at least what I think is my success, I covered the entire Gulf of Mexico. So I have deemed myself the Gestapo of the Gulf, or the godfather of the Gulf, and it's just now it's just kind of a funny little nickname. But the godfather of ESP32 devices is going to be right now just, as Grumpy calls it, Entropy. Entropy. I like it. I think it's Entropy. But hey, that's another ongoing joke. But we're doing very, very well in this project. Last I checked, we were making about $27 to $28 per day. But $27.80, almost $28 at today's price action right now, which, today's price action is going to be about 0.000189. It was at 0.20 earlier today, and even saw a little bit higher price action than that earlier. So a little bit of selling, but it's still held and stay. So you can figure $28 a day, which has been pretty consistent since I've been in this project. So doing very, very well with Entropy. Their team seems to have a lot of stuff going on. We have a group also with us on Twitter that kind of pass things off, back and forth on. But one thing about this is everything that is made through the project is get passed on to their miners. That's why they say miners eat first. There is a little, what some people don't like about the second law, which is if you try to sell, you then have to burn an equivalent amount, make that amount back, burn it, and then wait 7 days before you're allowed to do that again. And as more people come on with that project, it's going to take a little bit longer to make that burn amount up, or what you need to burn. Because what happens is, today you'll burn whatever you made 7 days ago. So on the 8th day, you're going to burn what you made on the 1st day. So you have to basically start burning after 7 days, and again, burn the amount. So yeah, people who sold a lot, that really dumped the price of this token, but it's going to take them 6 to 8 months to make enough to burn to be able to do this again, which by the time they burn all that, they're not going to have anything in their wallet. So you have to kind of watch, how this is done. I know that this project has a lot of plans later this month, early, next year, hopefully, or sometime in the future. And I really like the project Entropy, and I think it's going to continue going up. Right now, Entropy is allowing people to get in. I'm going to tell you, for all these ESP32 projects we're going to discuss right now, you have to be in Discords. That's the only way you can get in them. If you have an issue with Discord, these projects aren't for you. They do everything through Discord. They do everything through basically Twitter. So at Entropy, you're still going to have to dig your hole if you're familiar with that. But get into the Discord, make yourself known. These people want to see you at all these projects. They want to see you active in their Discord. They got also, some other ones have some other things going on with it that you have to be involved in. But for Entropy, still number one in my book as far as ESP32 devices. And honestly, out of all the projects I'm in right now, when we go over my videos on Mondays on all the projects I'm in, whether they are testnet, mainnet, or whatever, check out those videos. My weekly update videos, whatever you want to call them. Those will be out tomorrow. But you can get into Entropy. The website is just Entropy, one word, .lol. I'll try to put all these websites in the description below. But Entropy is still allowing people on. You dig the hole and you go through everything they want you to go through on, the Twitter or the Discord. Get in there and they'll tell you how to get into it. Next is going to be ERWIN Schrodinger, if that's what you want to call it. I know my Solana wallet's up there. Hey, y'all can free to donate. I'm not scared about that kind of stuff. All these ESP32 devices, along with any other 30 Solana projects I use Phantom for all of them. Phantom works the best. With all these projects, you have to claim every so often. Entropy, you have to claim within every 7 days or you start burning. I didn't want to really go into the whole details of all these projects to make this video any longer. This is more of an update video. But this one, you claim whenever you want. The next two are time frames also. And Phantom has been the easiest to link up and to do that with. So I suggest Phantom. I have a new account on Phantom for every one of these projects. I think I'm up to 8 different Phantom. But it's all in the one Phantom app. But it's 8 different accounts so that they're all separate. So if anything ever happens to this one Phantom account, it's only isolated to ERWIN. I have one for Entropy. I have one for, Nadix and SoarChain and whatever else that I have going, Helium and everything else. So as you can see, this says charge status. So you have to go into the Discord at least every 3 days to keep it charged. What this is about, this is changing though. To get into this project now, they're going to start selling NFTs. I had to buy my NFT. I think it was like $10 or something like that. Since I was already a member, I already have my credential for mining. But they're going to start selling NFTs soon, and you buy the NFT plus whatever else they want you to do to get into it. This one, I can't tell you if it's more profitable or less profitable. With ERWIN, you open boxes, and when you go to box up and open the dashboard, it's going to tell you, if the box has been opened and who opened it and that kind of stuff like that. So again, you can see who's opened boxes, and the thing about it is whoever opens up this box, like I've opened up a box before, I made like $85 worth of ERWIN, and these boxes get opened. As you can see, like the only one got opened on the 1st, but you had a bunch opened on the 30th. So they are spread out a little bit depending on how many guesses it takes. Each of your ESP32 devices, you can't really control it. Each one takes a guess at the password, eventually figures out the password, and you open the box to see if the cat's still alive. That's the whole ERWIN project in real life was about. When you, the one that opens up the box, you're getting like $80 worth of ERWIN. The thing about it is when you don't open the box, as you can see here, I did not open a box, and I claimed this last night. So, how many boxes we had open? We had since last night. 1, 2, maybe 3. You know, and you look, I made 2.4 ERWIN. So currently the price of ERWIN is 53 cents. And, you know, it's always been around kind of this, you know, since I've gotten involved in it. Well, maybe before that. They had a probably little price dip. They went down 35 cents and then they came up big and it's been back at 53 cents. So when I got into it, I knew it was around 53, 54 cents, somewhere around there. But anyway, so that's what your price action is. When you go back to the project, so, you know, you got 53 cents a token. So you can basically say that I made, so what's that, about $1.50 in 2 days, 75 cents. So that's, I mean, that's not too bad, you know, depending on what some of the projects. Again, it's not an entropy, but it's making more than our helium miners. So I know that there was a proposal to not pay the box opener as much and shift some of those rewards around to the IoT. I mean, I'm sorry, to the people who did not open the box. But as you can, I mean, as you can see, this is what I'm getting after 2 days with probably 3 boxes opened. So I wish these rewards were a little bit higher, but for a project that's not really a project with nothing behind it, it's basically a meme coin project that's they're doing it for fun. I guess we can expect. Can't expect that much more, right? That's ERWIN. You know, and ERWIN does have its white paper out, docs page, whatever you want to call it, tokenomics and all that. Again, this one right now does not have any openings, but they will be selling some NFTs soon. I don't know exactly how much they're going to cost. And it does take an ESP32 device like we spoke about before. And, you know, something like this. That's why I say get the 3-pack. And once those NFTs go for sale, you'll just buy the NFT. And I guess that's all. This is all new. This is just something new I'm finding out about today. It was released about, you know, a day or two ago. Again, I've been out of town hunting, so I haven't been keeping up with all this. But NFT is new, and we'll see how that goes. So our next project is another project you're going to have to be in Discord. Just like Brick, just like Entropy, you got to be in this one. This one does have a website, uselessbrick.com, but this is basically all it is. You feel like you're trapped in the Matrix, and they want you just to join the Discord. You do have a console down here. This is what the Explorer looks like. I will tell you that there is another row higher than this. However, it has some confidential information, at least what I believe it is, about me and my device. I don't want to share that. But this project, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to try to do my best to explain it, but I don't know myself. It is weird. Well, as far as, I won't say complicated, but confusing is the very key word that I would like to use. But with this one, you know, you will accumulate tokens every day with every challenge, or winning, whatever you want to call it. And then when you press claim, it claims them over here to this token. However, you have to claim this within every 7 days. If you don't, it then goes to burn. So you burn. And if you can't claim again until you burn whatever you've moved over. So you're stuck burning. And that's what just comes confusing to me is you have to move them within 7 days. However, whatever you've moved, you can't claim again until you burn that equivalent amount. However, just like in Entropy, if you don't move it within 7 days, on the 8th day, everything from the first day burns. So you're burning and getting stuck no matter which way you do it. I don't necessarily agree with that. It makes you feel like you're in a no-win position. I don't like that. But hey, you're in the project. Now, another confusing thing with this, there's no token yet. Even though it says token balance, it's another red flag I have. It's another issue I have, even though I trust the people who are in this project, and that's why I'm still in it, and that's why I'm discussing it. But the fact that they're still playing this game where they haven't told the token yet, the token is not available yet, so you can't accumulate on your own wallet or anything like that, and you have no idea what the value is going to be. At some point, they're going to have to stop that gimmick in that game and get on board and talk to us about it and tell us what's going on with it. But that project's got some weird stuff to it. They got people broken into teams, red team versus blue team, and some kind of challenges. They want to see you participate. They're going to do an airdrop, and part of it will be how much you participate in the Discord, I'm being told, but there's no like levels or amounts or anything that what you do and don't have to do. Look, I'm in the project. I haven't had the other ESP32 device available. You have no idea what you're making because this is not even a real token yet. They're saying that they're keeping, some type of track of how many tokens you're moving. You can see that on your dashboard, but you have no idea if those tokens are going to be a penny each or 50 cents like we saw one project, or 5 cents like some other projects, or 0.000 something. You have no idea. No idea. So there's that. If you want to get involved with Useless Brick, go to the website, and you can do that. That website is uselessbrick.com. Again, I'll have a list for that in the description. But I don't know. I don't know that much about these challenges and these things you need to be doing while in Discord. They want you to check in Discord a lot. Some people have to work. Again, I'm looking for passive income. And when you have to keep checking Discord and do these challenges, red team, blue team, and get involved in it so you get airdrops and you get your tokens, that's a bit much. But y'all take a look at it, because if the token's worth a decent amount of money, we're going to make it worth our while to go onto Discord all the time. So you can go and check that. All right, last but not least, what some of y'all are probably coming here for is an update on Flux time, FLX time, whatever you want to call it, Flux, FLX, with the FXT token and that kind of stuff like that. I've had people who've asked me, why am I not talking more about this project when I first got into it last week? Well, despite what some people think, I don't want to do videos just to have videos, because I want to be able to put my name behind stuff. And y'all know I'll admit when I'm wrong. And there's some projects, some things I just think are a little sketch, or have, ever since the DScam days, seem to be a little more cautious sometimes about projects. Hey, sometimes that backfires. You look at Grass. Grass had an amazing airdrop, made some very good money on that. Now, to say I was completely wrong about Grass, time will tell, because we don't know what's going to happen once they start giving rewards for us on mainnet now. So that jury is kind of still out. But Flux time, FLX time, whatever you want to call it, it just had some flags, and it just didn't feel comfortable with me. When you looked up the token on, one of like Bird Eye or Deck Screen or something like that, it had some flags on it. It was still mintable, but hey, that's nothing new. Entropy is still mintable. They're trying to get rid of that at this point, but it was just, there were several flags that came up with this. And, I had somebody contact me and said, hey, I'm in this new project. You might want to look into it. And I know the guy from another project who's running it. He seems okay. And again, I have these 34 packs of these devices left. And what's cool with these, for those who don't know, is you can program these crypto projects on here. And if this project doesn't work out, you can wipe this and just reuse it for the next project that comes along, which, stay tuned. It might be a video coming up soon, probably this week, on another project that some people are going to give me flack about. But again, it's just sitting here in this package doing nothing. So what the hell, does it matter? It doesn't cost anything to get in projects. So with FLX time, I was told about it at like 6 p.m. 7 p.m. I'm at the grocery store. I'm reading. They're changing the rules already. They want to start charging people to get into it, like all of a sudden. An hour later, they're changing the tokenomics, talking about halvings and stuff like that. Then A little bit later, he decides that he's not going to charge to get in, so he gets rid of that one, that message. And then next thing you know, he's talking about halving again the next day. And I'm like, wait a minute, they need to calm down. And you try to tell, I contacted a guy and I'm trying to tell him about some of these issues we're finding, some of these flags, and he just doesn't want to hear them. He doesn't understand. But you could tell he has some good knowledge as far as crypto-based projects in the crypto world. So this is just my opinion. This is my channel. This is strictly my opinion and nothing else. I don't know the guy from anybody else, and I have nothing against the project that he was also involved in. At least I'm told he's involved in. But you can tell he was knowledgeable on the crypto side of things. He just was not knowledgeable on the whole tokenomics type of thing. And it showed. And the next day he has some new tokenomics written out with all kinds of stuff changing every so many times or something like that. And it was just halving after halving. And then it was buy so many FLX on a, whether you use Jupiter or something like that, you need 1,000 FLX to get online. Well, FLX at the time was 50 cents, I think it was. FLX was like a little over a penny at the time. So, what was it, $10 to get into it? That didn't bother that many people. You get in the project for $10 with it, and then you paid $10 for your device, and then next thing you know, he had 100 spots open. Well, he filled the first 100 with me and with new people in one day almost instantly. Then he opens up another 100, fills that like instantly. I'm like, wait a minute, where are all these people coming from? Again, little things that went off, little things that made your hair stand up in the back, makes you kind of wonder. But and the next thing you know, he's going up on how many FLX you need. Next is 3,000, and he's gonna open up another 100 spots, and then supposedly, from what I'm told, fills that almost instantly. I'm like, wait a minute, this project's only been around for a week. How is he filling up all these spots? We don't know. Could it be people gaming who are just putting these on several different devices? That's possible. And it's the same person. There's supposed to be things to figure that out. I don't know. But to get into this project, I had to do a Twitter X thing, whatever you want to call it, post. And I did a post just to get into it so I can learn about it. Again, at the time, somebody just sent me a message saying, hey, check this project out. It does ESP32 devices. It was brand new. It was hours old. So we had no idea what it was going to make. Still don't really know what it was making, because he just rewarded you when they rewarded you. There wasn't no claiming, anything like that. It was every Friday or Saturday, all of a sudden, tokens would hit your wallet, and it was worth 0.015 each or something like that. But again, he handled all that, and we questioned some of that stuff. But again, it seemed like it had a lot of interest. A lot of people were interested in it. Next thing you know, yesterday, he accidentally, now you have people saying it's a rug pull. You have people saying this was an innocent finger slip. Maybe again, if he would have heeded some people's advice, not that I know anything about this, so I'm not necessarily saying even me, but maybe if you weren't doing these manual typing in rewards to do rewards, maybe this wouldn't have happened. Again, just because I've been involved with DeFi and some other scam projects, I tend to think that's way too simple, and there's a little more things to it. Maybe I have my aluminum foil hat on too tight, and I'm a conspiracy theorist. But either way, the price went from 0.015 down to 0.00003, and they actually just gave out, I think it was millions of tokens to somebody who, of course, he immediately, which I also questioned, he immediately sold it, traded for Solana, or did something with it. Now, this is where my questions come in. Now, listen, I'm telling y'all right now, y'all know me, I'm straight with y'all, and I've caught flack for this already, but I'm bringing y'all the straight news, the straight gut feeling, and I got a fat gut. We didn't know when rewards exactly were going to be done. at least from what I saw and what I knew it was going to be done. Last week was done on a certain day of the week. This one was done on a different day of the week. But somehow this guy knew exactly when his rewards got hit, his rewards came in, and he sold it and then was gone from the project. That's a hell of a coincidence. And for those who used to watch NCIS, Gibbs had that rule about there's no such thing as coincidences. I know that was TV, but it does sound fishy. Now, I've had some people who I do respect in this crypto community, as a whole, come to me and say this strictly was really oops thing. I can't figure. I mean, I have no reason to not believe them, but there's been a lot of people who have contacted me. That's kind of honestly how I heard about this, was people texting me saying, "Hey man, we got rug pulled. You were right. And I told people, I had people contacting me, "Hey, why are you not telling us about this new project? You keeping it for yourself? Haha." No, it's because there's too many red flags with it. I didn't like the way it was changing tokenomics. All of a sudden they wanted to charge $40 to get into it. All of a sudden they're opening up 100 spots and they're filling up like that. This is a brand new project. Nobody knows about it. How are you filling up projects? There was just way too many flags about it. And I'm not going to tell you, if y'all want to accuse me of hoarding everything for myself, then that's fine. But there's also, I'm trying to protect y'all to a point. And if people PM me, they're like, "Hey, what's the fourth? You mentioned the fourth project. What is it?" Hey, it's Flux, FLX, whatever. I don't trust it. Do your research. There's just something wonky about it. But hey, so recently, well, last night, which was, just only a couple of hours after this occurs, let me say, it goes from, "Hey, we got minor spots available. This is all the steps you got to pull." Then the apology comes out due to a major mistake. Then basically, explaining I made a mistake by sending somebody, just happened to send somebody way too many tokens. So then who comes just 3 hours later? The man, the myth, the legend, COO of Crank. I know I'm mispronouncing this. Mr. I'm going to say Milan Minev. And why do I put this up? Because for those who have been with my channel for a long time, we all know who Oreo is. He's with the scam project DFly. And when you ever asked him anything about Milan, he lost his marbles. These two hate each other. These are oil and water, whatever you want to say. Now, again, I'm telling you what Oreo has said. Oreo hates him. Oreo had nothing nice to say. And I'm not going to even repeat what he said and what he accused him of, because we've all learned that Oreo is 100% lies. But the way I look at it is anybody who's the enemy of Oreo and that DFly scam project is a friend of mine. So Milan has come in, and within a couple of hours, they have already talked about all these highlights. Now, again, I'm not in Crank. We know Crank and like BitHarvest had some issues in a while back. I think that's all kind of been smoothed over. Everybody's kind of went their separate ways. I didn't really take sides on it because I have nothing negative to say about Crank. I don't run it, but I have nothing to say it. But y'all have contacted me asking me, does it seem a little peculiar that Milan is coming in to save this project? I will say also is that they have come out and said, please don't buy this token anymore. It's going to have a new contract. There will be ARM, ESP, and 32 machines, but you will be able to do this on a Raspberry Pi. You will be able to do this on your. Milan comes in and says they're working on a new token, and no one will lose anything. Crank will provide the lost liquidity. Now, we're glad we Crank here. Look, I'm happy Crank's here too. Don't get me wrong. I don't see nobody lose his money. But we're in crypto. We know, and the number one saying you will always hear in this channel, I know I have a lot of number one sayings, but never play with money that you can't afford to lose tomorrow. Majority of people did not have any money into this or this project. You bought these with a pack of 3. Most you spent on them was maybe $10, $12, $15, $18. Compared to some other projects to get into, you go buy a WingBits device using my code, several $100s. I didn't really think too much about it. I just figured, hey, the other guys knew from Crank and stuff like that. They're just bailing each other out. But that statement about them providing liquidity has had many of y'all have contacted me on Twitter. Y'all have contacted me on Facebook Messenger. I've had people contact. Look, I'm out of town. Where I'm hunting at in Mississippi, hardly any cell service. So when I would get back into cell service, going somewhere, all of a sudden there was ding, 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 ding. And I got people contacting me on Twitter, Discord, asking me, what do I think about this? What do I think about the fact that, does this all line up a little too perfectly? Again, I'm not gonna sit here and try to accuse anybody of anything. I'm gonna keep it for right now, as this is a good gesture from the Crank team to try to keep people afloat and be part of an ESP project. This is gonna be kind of like, right now, you can do ERWIN from some of these third-party OSs. Like I did one on BitHarvest. I did a video on BitHarvest, where BitHarvest, you can add your ERWIN credentials, and instead of you needing an ESP32 device, you can run it off their third-party firmware along with Helium and WingBits and Grass and all of the stuff you can run on that. And Crank has that type of firmware also. So for right now, I'm just keeping this as, hey, Crank is just going to add this as another deal on there, and they're going to try to improve it and strengthen it. Maybe get rid of these flags, maybe not make it to where somebody's manually doing the rewards, and do it the right way. Me, as Mr. Conspiracy Theory, I will not sit here and lie to you and say I do wonder why they would do that. But they're saying that they're going to explain that soon. Even Milan says that they're going to come out with an explanation and kind of explain why Crank is getting involved in it. So I say to everybody who's contacting me and asking me, hey, for right now, we're going to give the benefit of the doubt. Again, it all comes down to how much you have to lose. What I hope is that, as a gesture of good faith, is the people that they allow in here in the beginning, they're saying that if you already have a device cred, I call it cred, but a binary or whatever to mine, you'll need a new cred. But the fact that you're allowed to be a miner, that will move over to the new project whenever that's available. There should be announcements coming up very soon on that. But what my hope is, this whole charging 1,000 one day, 2,000 another day, 3,000 get in, I'm hoping they pump the brakes on that a little bit so they can build some faith up. My personal thoughts, because y'all have asked me, so I'm telling you, that's the only reason why I'm doing this video, even though I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning. I'm exhausted. If it doesn't cost anything to get in, and you're not required to buy anything additional from Crank, from what I understand is, you'll still be able to use these devices. You don't even necessarily have to use Crank, which on the surface seems like a very cool deal. Me, as Mr. Conspiracy, with my aluminum foil hat on underneath this hat, makes me wonder, then what do you have to gain by doing it? If this is going to be part of Crank now, it should be exclusive to Crank, which I would understand that. But y'all see why I'm just going around in circles. I don't mean to keep rambling on. Again, I've been so tired. I've been so busy today, packing all my stuff from my hunt trip, coming home. And then I let my son drive, because it's just a thing now. My son's 18. He drives now, so he wants to drive dad around back and forth. This is kind of a thing of him growing up. And it was cool just because since he was a little bitty kid, I drove home on Sundays. Thanksgiving hunting trips was always a big hunting weekend for us since he was a little bitty kid. And since I was 17, 18 years old, going hunting with my family. And my son got to be 5, 6, 7 years old. He started coming since he was that age. And now he drives on the way home from, you know, it's a big, I'm very big sentimental stuff like that. So I'm sitting there playing with my phone for a 2.5 hour trip home. And it's just ding, ding, ding. I'm telling you, people just, so I'd be wrong to sit here and just say, well, I think everything's been cool and just go away. You know, I know I'm rambling on, but I just want to make sure I say this again. I think it's cool that Crank wants to do this for the thing. But me as Mr. Conspiracy Theory, just question why. But I still think time will tell. I will still say, if it doesn't cost anything for you to get into, to move this to a new project, why not? I plan on doing it. I'm being straight honest with y'all. If my cred just goes from my device now that I have and just goes over to the new project, why wouldn't I join? I have nothing to lose. If they want to start charging me fees, which I don't think they are because they haven't said anything about that, they're saying we should be able to move over. I don't see an issue with it. Even, let's just say it becomes another Rugpull. What did you lose? What did you lose? Me, I took a couple of days worth of IoT rewards. That's what I seem to be playing with the most lately. And I bought some of that token. I might have bought $30 worth of that token just in case, hey, what if it goes up? You know, and I'll lose $30 going to Wendy's, McDonald's. I'm not that worried about that. So what do you have to lose by moving it over? If you want to take your device and figure out something to do with it, I don't know of any other projects right now. I've had somebody tell me that you can do solo Bitcoin mining with it. That's like winning the lottery. And on the way home from winning the lottery, you get struck by lightning and then you win the lottery again. That's solo Bitcoin mining right now. But hey, if this right now, this device ain't doing nothing that's plastic. So if it can solo mine a Bitcoin, you know, and just sit there like they're doing now, why not? I might look into that. So far, I haven't found out much into that. But this ESP32 projects right now are, I won't say hit and miss, but Entropy right now is the leading one with the profits. Yes, you have to go through the gimmicks. Yes, you have to do a little effort to get in to show it. But Entropy right now is number one. Who knows? Flux just, for some reason, FLX just, it was very weird that a project that was only 3 days old, 4 days old, when it got to that point, had a bigger following than what some of these other projects had at that same time frame. And people just lined up to get in. I think that's what added something to this conspiracy. I don't know. But again, that's why I didn't do videos on it. That's why when y'all asked, I said be very, very cautious with it. But if you have nothing to lose, you know, if you put any of those projects on here, you could easily wipe it and then do the next project that comes. You know, some people like, well, you know, sooner or later, these things are being hooked to your home network. Then try to hook them up to something different. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, I know I'm rambling on. I hope that kind of gives y'all a summary right now of what's going on. Again, to get into any of these projects right now, you know, right now, if you go to FLX Time's website, it's completely shut down. It's got a 403 forbidden thing, so you're not getting any info on that. Get into the Discord. I don't know if they're going to change the Discord or not. I know they're changing the tokens. The token you got now is worthless. It does hurt that you had a couple $100 worth of that token. I think I had, and now all of a sudden it's worth hardly anything. It happens. Crypto. With this bull market, this ain't gonna be the first time, not gonna be the last time. Again, sometimes I'm a little too quick to give benefit of the doubt and say this poor guy did it. He fat fingered it like it is. But to me, there should have been precautions, and instead of doing manual rewards, it should have been done a different way. But again, I'm gonna say this again. I have no reason not to trust Milan and the Crank team, but I think that they can fix this. I question why they would want to fix it, but I still trust them that at least if they're going to put their hands on this project and their name behind this project, I just have the feeling that they're going to make it right. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what comes out. And again, there's supposed to be a big explanation explaining that question or that answer, answering the question Why would they get involved in it? And then maybe that makes us all feel better. But hey, this is just me answering these questions. That's why I did this video, because a lot of you were asking about that and what's going on with these other projects. So hopefully me rambling nonstop about some of these projects helps you out. And we'll see. You know, I'd like to see Useless Brick quit playing this game with, it's just an unknown token. It's a useless brick. So we're giving you a useless token. You're not giving me nothing. We don't even have a token. You're just keeping on record how many tokens we have. And if I pull them out, I have to burn them. I have to burn to get back in. If I don't pull them out, they get burned. So I'm getting burned either way. You know, and ERWIN, if I open up a box, I'm getting $80. If I don't open a box, I'm getting 80 cents. Does that sum it up for y'all? If you're lucky enough to somehow get into Entropy, you're making $25 a day, $27 a day, $28 a day, with a big, strong community behind it. Hey, that sums it all up that quick. So that's it. I'm exhausted. Still got to go edit this video. I just released my other video earlier than that, going about what's going on with some of these crazy crypto prices right now. And then tomorrow, we got a big video going over all of our weekly update projects. And I keep saying I'm going to stream that down, but I don't know. I seem to not be able to get out of that within an hour. So thank you all for watching. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I will give you all an update if it's worth giving you all an update when I start seeing some explanations for this. And we'll see what happens. Hopefully success, you know, hopefully all 4 of these projects are successful. And we'll see. So don't forget, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So for how much I hate Oreo, that means me and Milan, we best friends, we besties. So see y'all later.